5. Yeah.
Well, we're about to be.
Wow!
The names are so close. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, here we go.
Are we? Oh,
We did it.
Yeah, we're missing a Danla.
Oh, womp womp.
Mm-hmm. He might be in later.
I see the long boy.
Oh wait, no, I'm not Goose. I'm showing up as Goose. I'm not Goose.
I know. That's what I'm
We're
saying.
all
The
one
names are so
over.
close.
Oh yeah, we should. Oh, is Ollie our number one donor right now?
Yeah,
With 100 crystal shards.
I set it to lifetime.
Ah, cool. With John second with 5 pointy triangles. And Val third with
this.
1 triangle.
It's very funny, but I hate it.
How do we eat these pointy triangles?
Yeah.
You go to the store.
So now that we're wasting time, I'll show you. This is supposed to be a big old secret.
Oh.
But
Long boy.
Yeah, but not today. So
Oh.
instead, I hit it with a long boy.
Yeah. I mean, Longboy deserves lots of screen time.
Longboy does deserve lots of screen time.
Oh,
It's a
which reminds
surprise
me,
to me because I still didn't see what you did.
Oh, it was on the stream. We are session 7, right? I don't want to fuck that up.
Alright, well, time for me to chat this out. It is the time that I'm going to especially spam the Pride hearts in chat.
Yeah, get it.
And look out for next month when it's going to be Wrath Month, and it's even better.
What is Wrath Month?
Well, so this is the one where all the various queer people are like, yeah, this is cool, and next month is when we start the revolution.
Oh.
Wait, what?
This is so good.
Seems fine.
Yep.
I'm ready.
See, yeah, you guys are all good. Everyone
I mean,
is
it only makes sense that you you rally, you come together, and then what? Like, you wouldn't just do nothing. Like, you gotta do something afterwards. Yeah. Okay.
We get pumped.
Yeah.
We practice the marching.
Well,
you
Hey, I see Dave.
You adorn some things.
Woo.
Hello, Squid.
Hi.
It is Squid.
All right, cool. So we have
Good pre-show.
Yeah, good quick pre-show. We got names now. I put little scrolls on top of everything. I had to make mine slightly smaller because just the way the overlay was set up. They needed only mild adjustment, and if Danale comes in, they will be fucked up again. So I can't wait for that.
Yay!
We have a long boy in the corner.
Calling that for the name of my new pop punk band.
Long boy in the corner.
Yeah.
Why is this there? Why is it not connected? You fuck. Hold on. Connected. It's not working. Refresh. It's not gonna... You know, I literally ran the test on the Twitch chat thingy, and now it's not working.
Oh, we got something
there
binged.
We go. Wait, maybe. Maybe it's working.
I think I'm worked on the stream.
What do you mean?
I think I might be as well.
No, yeah, you're gone, Dan, but everybody else is still there.
Okay.
I can still see you. Can't see Squid, but I can still see you. Can't see Squid, but I can still see you. Can't see Squid.
Somebody is
I can still see you. Can't see Squid. That might be me.
Certainly not me.
I just sent the link to Woodson and Dylan.
Oh, nice. Why will this not work? I'm really mad.
Alright, I'm gonna try to do a full-on refresh. I'm still showing this out. Verb.
You can do it, guys. I believe in you.
Right.
So it says we have 2 more people in the or watching the stream. So hello to whoever's joining us.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm able to check myself.
Sorry, nothing exciting is happening right now. I'm just super mad at the...
Alright, so for the early birds, you get... It's Hekai144, hello.
That is 144 pounds of solid badass.
That and JWYLD Wolf, also hello.
And that's
and
Jenny.
I want to say, that's who?
That's Jenny.
Jenny, hello Jenny. Thank you for subscribing to the stream and being a 3-month subscriber. And do you know who Hakai144 is, or should I just throw out random compliments?
Well, you continue complimenting him, but yes, we know who he is.
Alright, I have no idea who you are. You might work with us, but thank you for watching our stream. Thank you, some squiddly nerd, whoever you are, for watching our stream.
I saw his eyebrow wiggle. He's trolling.
That was a joke.
Yeah, we got him.
Oh, hey, what's up, Aaron?
Okay.
How did it?
How did you do that?
What?
How did that translate to you knowing who he is?
Oh, he plays. He's the character Malir Nalad in my D&D game.
Oh, okay. I was just like, is this some weird shit I've never noticed before?
Yeah. Some code. Yeah. Secret code.
Some code shit, isn't it?
It's because we're both Masons.
Gotcha. Are you really?
Hey, look, Val's here. Hey, Val, how's it going?
That on purpose? I don't think he is.
I'm not, but
I am
Aaron
irrationally mad that this Twitch chat viewer thing that I literally tested yesterday is now suddenly not working. Because I worked very hard to make it work.
Yeah, I'm really mad that now I'm not showing up on the stream, and I've refreshed and done all the things, and I'm a good boy, but no.
Roll 20's not a good boy.
I think I can reset you, but I don't know what that means, so I'm afraid to click it.
Do it.
Hey!
Do yours.
Hey, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime.
Right? Look at Spoopy Boy. He's sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. And now you have
spam long boys.
Spam the long boys.
Woo! Woo! Yeah, there we go.
That's not working.
Also, again, shout out to Taco Master in the chat. That's Val for being our number 3 in bits leader. I don't know what that means, but it looks fancy. Are those the nachos in the top corner?
Yeah, he threw nachos at us one day. That was
we
nice.
eat those.
Yes.
Yeah, we love
Woo!
nachos.
There it is.
We love nachos. Whoa, thank you.
Woo!
He cheered.
One nacho.
One
nacho.
Gray nacho.
Whoa!
Why not? They're great.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so that's been the Electric Ice podcast. It was nice knowing you all.
Yeah. Alright, I tried. I'm sorry.
We're done forever. Goodbye.
I worked really hard to get the chat working in there. It doesn't work. I'm super mad, but I can't keep spending time at it because I'm only going to get more and more angry. So, who wants to hit us with that recap right quick?
Ooh, I could do
Previously. Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Riley.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
No, there's nothing special about this one. We touched some prize-winning pumpkins. You know, waggled our little fingers all over them. And then they came to life. Although they looked pretty neat with those hats.
That's true, they did.
And we burnt a barn down, maybe.
Yeah, nope, that happened.
Yeah. And we're still alive. And that's all that matters.
All right.
And Brian's here too, apparently. Hi, Brian.
You have anything to add to that, Tristan?
I'll just remind of our lovely various players. We have our wrathful DM GM Dave up in the top corner there, followed by Squid, also known as Kaylin, our lady who is really good at stabbing pumpkins with rapiers, so that's a useful skill. Skipping that nerd in the corner, then we go on to Riley, who is Goose Crumplebottom, the gnome who really, really likes Paylor's abs. It's not creepy, don't worry. And then the lovely geometric shape is one Dan S, who is Z2, our sneaky boy, who's also a paladin, but also decided to not be a paladin. And I'm in the corner. I'm a bird.
All of that.
I'm a
is
bird.
accurate. All of that is accurate. Okay, cool. We did it.
It's the best
Congratulations.
recap we've ever done.
So, it was a good one. Okay, so we return to the scene we faded out on last session, which was two seeming clerics. Right, they were in holy garb, although they were in warlike holy garb, and they were walking down, a pretty formless road of just gray, smooth stone, endlessly in a flat expanse, lit by nothing except a burning barn way in the distance. And I don't remember who spoke to whom, so I will say the man spoke to the woman, Sia Ora, and said, "Do you see that? It is the light of our god, Pelor." Right? And they continued walking towards the party in the barn that they had burned down. But the party did not know this. What did the party do after narrowly escaping with their lives and also 2 pumpkin seeds?
Are they just seeds, or are they little pumpkins?
No, I believe they were the seeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Dan LA was handling them, so
Yeah.
I shall hold off.
I knew that we were wanting to rest, but also wanting to move on to the city. So, to Olinsky. So, I wasn't sure where we ended up, what we were actually doing.
Let's sleep.
Do you want to sleep here in the ruins of this burning, smoldering barn?
No!
I feel
Oh, yeah,
like
that
we
was
just lay down in the rubble, guys.
Covered in pumpkin fungus.
Okay, where are you sleeping then?
We have a wagon, right?
Sleep in the...
You do have a
or
wagon.
there's a house.
There is also a house.
Yeah, a house of the guy whose barn we just burned down. So
Maybe it did that on its own.
I mean, it's never done that before, so...
yeah.
I mean, clearly.
Do I notice? Can I do a perception check to see if I notice them noticing the barn's on fire over at the house? Or are we far away?
Yeah, no, the barn's not far away. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, cool. Where's my character sheet? Yeah.
Yeah, right. What if the fire's all in your mind? And you've just been tripping this whole time?
Is this real? I'm perceiving reality.
We've been tripping pumpkins.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, you look towards, the barn, and things are always pretty dark anyway, right, in the best of situations, but there does not seem to be any candlelight or anything lighting up the house, so if Eberil is around, he's sitting there in the dark. You don't see anything moving around, you don't hear anything, he doesn't come rushing out and yelling.
Okay.
But you know he's in there, he was there when you left.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we saved his life, guys. What's the worst that can happen?
The man has been on a table for around how long? He's probably not asleep.
I don't know. I'm sure he'd be grateful and understand that we did what was right.
My vote is that we move. And then sleep in a wagon on the side of the road.
Kaylin, what do you think? Huh?
I kind of agree with Goose.
Which was which?
We did rescue him, and he's not running out here screaming at us.
Wait, what?
Going in the house and sleeping.
Oh, okay. I thought you said save him, and I was like, who are you saving? I'm confused.
No, we did save him, and he's not running out of the house screaming at us.
Whoa.
Whoa. Maybe he was there.
Whoa. Nachos?
Whoa. Nachos!
Or nachos?
Maybe Julian locked him up because he touched the pumpkins too, and now maybe we did him a favor.
I'm sorry about the gate, brother.
Yeah, Drib repeats seemingly what went wrong. Okay. So what are we? Are we 2 and 2, or are we 2? 1,
I want the house.
Oh, you want the house too? G2. You never get what you want, do you?
No.
Okay. All right. So you go up to the house. Abril does not seem to be. He doesn't greet you at the door. He doesn't seem to be cooking anything. Right? If he's in the house, he's in the house somewhere. What do you do?
Find a couch and sleep on it.
Okay. Easy enough.
Drim? A little part of me wants to look around. Like...
I mean, you did that.
The house. The house?
Yeah. You guys poked It's not that big.
No, true. And he doesn't seem upstairs anywhere?
Mm-mm. Go ahead and roll a perception. G2, what are you doing?
I also was looking for a place to rest. So I want to be somewhat near the door because I am still tanky boy, and I want to make sure that I'm the first thing somebody needs if they come busting through the door.
Okay. Do you like drag something over to make yourself comfortable? Do you stay in your armor, or is this all business?
Well, to try to get the benefit of a long rest, I probably should take off my armor. But that's me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if everybody's doing the same, I'll do what everyone else is doing as far as getting rid of armor and such. So if they're doing that, that's what I'm doing too.
I don't wear armor. It chafes my nether regions.
Gross.
So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Is I'll pull up something, some blankets or a pillow or something like that next to near the bed, near the door, so that. But I am going to be comfortable, so I do get a rest. So.
Okay. And then Kaylin.
She's taking off her armor and squishing herself into the corner of the couch at the feet of whoever was that lay down on.
Yeah, it's Goose, so you got plenty of room. He's basically sleeping on like the armrest of it, and you've got the whole rest of the couch to yourself.
Okay, she just stretches out then.
Yeah. Okay. So Drib, you're poking around, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you find is you find the infamous hatch to the root cellar, right, and / alchemical experimentation shop where you'd got all the dolls out of. The kitchen is big. It's fairly fancy, all things considered. There's like a mud room. There's like a downstairs bedroom that seems to have been for his daughter. It's pretty small. And then there's like a pretty good sized living room and the kitchen, or not the kitchen, sorry, the dining room. And in the living room, the stairs go up to kind of just like if you've ever been in a colonial house, it just kind of has like a hallway that leads back and then breaks off into like 2 bedrooms, and they're both like slanted, right? Because of the way the house is built. So in one of them, the door is just like shut. It's boarded shut, and there's a bunch of shit piled in front of it. And then the other one seems to be the master bedroom, if such a thing can be called master.
How much shit is piled in front of the other door?
A noisy amount of shit.
A noisy amount of shit. All right. And it's all empty, right?
What do you mean?
Like he's not in the master bedroom, is he?
When with your 12 perception, you poke your head in and do not see him.
Okay. I want to sleep upstairs. It's higher. I poke my head in and say, "Hello?"
In whose voice?
In probably the whatever voice Drib has as a sort of default.
Okay.
I'm not risking mimicking right now.
High or low?
Hi.
Okay. Abril is in there. He doesn't want to be disturbed, but since you got the high roll, do you see him because he like moves and you like catch a glint of him, or would you prefer the camera sees what he's doing but Drib does not?
I probably would have caught him. Drib's perception isn't the worst. He's somewhat wise, but after he sees what's happening, he's gonna duck out of there and get out of dodge.
Yeah. So if you remember, Eberl pulled his like metal faceplate off, right, and yelled at his brother into his brother's face, shortly before he died or was killed. Turned his brother into
Nice
Play-Doh.
death.
Yeah. He's sitting there. He's got like the faceplate in his hand, and he's looking at it, and he's also holding like an old tin type. So it's like basically the size of a playing card. And you're just seeing the shine come off both of these, because one of them is, you know, like reasonably speaking polished metal, although it's like overgrown with like biological mess. And the other one just has like a solution that's been like applied over the top of it, so it's like kind of murky and bubbly surface. You're just kind of getting that in like this warm glow that's kind of lit up the room from the burning barn.
Okay, so this is probably going to get me killed. As calmly and politely as I can, I ask, "Can I help you?" Like not in a like, "Excuse me, can I help you?" Like more in a like, "Is there a way I can help you out?" kind of inflection.
You can roll a persuasion.
Persuasion. Nope. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's just holding the two of them, and he kind of turns and looks at you for realsies this time. And there's just, you know, we've seen this image before, although it's the other extreme of the spectrum. Tears of tears, but also blood, right, just running out of his eyes. And he's just weeping. And he's holding his plate, and he's holding this little tin type, which is a photograph, right? And he's just like, "It ain't right." And he's, you know, sobbing.
So I'm curious about, so does he mean about like this situation in general, or
with the 9 persuasion, he's not giving you an awful lot to work with unless you want to roll a insight.
I'd like to roll insight if possible.
Okay. I mean, you know, what did we call it? Not patricide, but
Fratricide.
Yeah, fratricide weighs heavily on the soul, even in a place like this. If you remember a while back, I think it was G2 that attempted to detect evil, and it, you know, detect evil is unwieldy in the best of circumstances and downright useless in the domain of dread. But Julian was not the most evil thing that G2 had ever encountered, right? Even if he was some shade of bad. Clearly, this was a murder of passion and not a murder of, you know, like vengeance quite as much. And Abril can be forgiven for not having all of the emotional tools required to handle this situation.
And at this, I'm like, I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, I want to help and don't know how. And I just kind of, like, I look at him, like, with a feeling of someone who's also family life has been basically non-existent for Drib, with the exclusion of one very mean swamp witch. And he just kind of looks and says, "If I can help, I'm here," and then kind of like walks away and heads back downstairs.
Okay, cool.
And probably, there was a downstairs bedroom, you said, that was probably the daughter's?
Yeah.
I'll claim that, since that's unclaimed.
Sure. Okay, damn. I figured I'd try it real quick, but it's not going to work. I apologize. Okay. Yeah, so you go down and just post up on the bed there? Okay.
Not as high as he wanted to be, but wants to give Emerald some space.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Your potential newfound friends do not find you in the night, so the night passes uneventfully. Does anyone want a scene?
We got a full rest. A tear comes out of Goose's eye.
So we back up to full hit points and recover hit dice and all that?
That's correct. Levels are back. Abilities are back. Does anyone have levels of exhaustion?
No.
Nope, I ended up passing on that and just taking a ton damage.
Jitu, could you make me a con saving throw?
What? Why?
Probably something to do with eating evil pumpkins.
Oh, you...
We can't.
Okay. Normal?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, God.
In the morning, tell me if this is a thing Jitu has encountered before. Has he ever craved food items? Has he ever pined for it, wanted for it, and had an all-consuming thought of it?
I don't think so. He's pretty stoic and has a good self-discipline.
Sure.
So yeah.
So this is new territory. You wake up. I mean, I imagine you get up pretty early, so I don't think this wakes you up any earlier than normal. But you're just like, you need to find me some of that pumpkin. Like that.
Okay.
That's what's on the menu.
Okay.
And you're like, I mean, they were growing them for years. Maybe there's some in the kitchen.
Right. Yeah. So I think with that in mind, G2 will. So is everybody else up at this point? We're all like, or am I the first one up?
I would give everyone a roll, actually. I would say Squid's too paranoid to probably trust not waking up early.
Okay.
Goose probably wakes up before the dawn, you know what I mean? And Drib, early bird gets the worm, like, come on. The only one I would not let wake up this early is Nico. Like, he works second or third shift, and he's a cat.
Yeah. Okay. So
just a D20?
Initiative? You do initiative.
I think...
Wow.
I was going to say Dan set a DC that you think is reasonable, but I imagine Squid got it, at the very least.
Yeah.
Squid was up before you.
Yeah.
That was probably the only 20 I'm going to roll tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, hey, I guess it counts.
so I like to imagine the Goose moves around and he kind of like pushed Kaylin way into the corner of the couch. And he took up most of the couch. But like, the end of the...
Right, you're like a tiny little Pomeranian that somehow needs a fucking California king bed to yourself.
Pretty much.
I can see her like thrashing in her sleep and kicking him off the couch.
So maybe narratively, like the belly full of, I wouldn't say full, but belly of pumpkin actually satiated me. I was like, all right, I slept well. I got some exercise in, and I slept really well. And I'm the last one, it looks like, awake. But when I do wake up,
it's time for more.
Oh, it's time for more.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So, where is everybody when I wake up? Just so I'm...
What skill would have to do with cooking?
I don't know, man.
I'm probably trying to.
You want to cook a passable meal?
Yes.
Dex or wisdom?
Wisdom.
All right, roll it.
Let's roll wisdom saving throw. Can I just do?
Ooh, wow.
That's a very good meal.
Yeah, it is.
What do you make for us?
So there were. I probably did something along the idea of like breakfast pies. I don't know if there's any fruit, but I maybe tried to do something a little sweeter. Some grain, maybe like grain meal.
Yeah.
Maybe some honey.
I think what G2, he hears all this and he smells it too. But he wakes up and he says, I can't help but notice there's no pumpkin at the table. Is that something that we could have? Maybe?
The prize winners?
Well, I had a taste and it was good, and we're on the farm. Who knows when we'll get a chance to I want a little bit more. I need. I mean, I might need. I really want. I want more. Is what I'm trying to say. Is there more in the kitchen? Did you find any? Or do I have to go out to the yard? Do I go to the yard? Do I have to dig? Do I have to go through the ashes? Do I have to go through the ashes? Or is it buried? Can I just dig my face in it? Is it
Z2.
What is everyone doing when that fucking goes crazy?
Goose is panicking. This is too much, too early in the morning.
Prize winners are bad pumpkins.
We killed all the pumpkins.
Bad pumpkins.
Yeah, we killed them so they're dead, so now we can eat them. That's how things go. So, where are
Last time you touched your little tongue to it, there were terrible consequences.
Yep, and there's going to be, again, if I don't get some pumpkins, so where are they?
They're in the barn. Go have at it.
The barn. Have at it.
A lot of help you guys are. So he storms out the front door towards the barn to see if he can literally scrape up anything.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll me a d20.
All right.
He's got a little thing scraping into a petri dish,
Fiction.
snorting it up. Oh.
You will be the first to see them, although they are arriving this morning. Which is not exactly what I wanted because we're never leaving this fucking place. But
No, this is a great place.
We're
We
never
get all our
leaving this
characters
fucking barn.
Somebody had to get me addicted to pumpkins. That wasn't my choice.
We live here now.
I mean, we could.
Yeah. So does anything happen in the kitchen, or do we stick with G2 and his thoroughly,
Just
embarrassing himself here?
stick with furthering the plot, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. G2, roll me a perception as well. Let's see if you see them.
I'm sorry, perception. Okay. Great. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So they are making no pains to hide themselves. The barn has almost completely collapsed in. Right. All that's kind of standing is a few walls on the far side here, right, that are thoroughly scorched but not missing. You know what I mean? Just everything's blackened. It's mostly just a smoke pile going out in kind of a low glowing red and gold embers. And then a lot of broken down because there was another wagon that was back here. There was whatever this fucking thing was. We get a shot of you kind of backlit by the barn embers. One of the combines way out in the distance, just doing its thing, and these two figures kind of just coming into frame.
Okay, and with the 17, can I see if they're humanoid, if they look like they have weapons, if they are...
Yeah, they look like they are prepared for battle. The weapons are not drawn. They are both humanoid. One is much taller than the other, and then go ahead and roll a religion.
Go ahead and roll what? You
religion.
cut out. Religion, okay.
Okay. Even with a 12, you recognize the human, right? Maybe half elf, not entirely sure, kind of covered in a lot of armor. But the other one is an Asimar, which is a holy soul, right? The same sort of thing a tiefling would be, except of heaven.
In the domain of dread, huh?
In the domain of dread.
Interesting. Okay. Have they seen me?
Yeah.
So they've...
This would be a couple minutes after you've been poking around.
Okay.
Hi. Yeah, you found some pumpkin. It's damaged.
All right, we're done. We're done here.
Cooked.
That's all.
You scoop up a handful of it and you look up, and that's when we see you backlit by the barn, and they kind of come into frame. So they're about 200 feet away.
Okay, 200 feet.
The pumpkin.
Yeah, definitely pumpkin going right in my mouth. No, yeah, there's no chance about this. It's going in my mouth. I'm eating more. Am I feeling it all better after taking a bite of pumpkin?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So I'll put the rest like in a pocket. So like I have a little bit. You know, should that craving hit again?
Right.
I think you said they're about 200 feet away. I don't suppose I had a chance to put my armor back on.
Nah.
Somehow I thought you'd say that.
Yeah, you can have a weapon if you want, just because I don't think he's ever gone anywhere without a weapon, but...
No, definitely not. Alright, well, but how far am I from the actual house, too?
Probably about 100 feet.
Okay, so I'm closer to the house. I think I'll try to kind of slowly back toward the house, but I'm not running away or running inside. And I want to yell out to see if anybody in the house will come out and say, "Looks like we've got some more visitors."
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I think that, so you're not running, but you're obviously moving back towards the barn.
Right.
And the one of the larger of the two figures like holds a hand up.
Okay.
And says something in Elvish.
I don't speak Elvish.
Okay. It's kind of just like carried into the distance, right? You can hear like soft whispering, but you don't like make it out, right? It's barely language to you. And you're, I imagine, still kind of moving backwards.
Yeah. I think when I noticed that he has waved and he said something.
Yeah.
Did he look threatening when he did it? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. I think I stopped moving towards the house at this point. I just kind of hold my ground.
Yeah. But you yell out, "There's people," kind of thing.
Yep, I did that already, and but now I'm content with, hey, I don't necessarily need to run and get reinforcements. I might be able to just, talk this out until my friends show up, and they do.
Sure.
So.
Okay, Riley, Tristan, Squid, go ahead, roll me a D4. Cool. So my guys go first. I wanted to see the order of which things are happening. So, in surprisingly like quick, fluid movements, right? They close the gap between you and them. I don't know if that makes you nervous. Probably doesn't make you comfortable, but like
no,
they're not running after you with weapons drawn, right? But the two of them come up very close. The Asimar's eyes, right, are just like this beacon of piercing light in this like world of darkness.
And I think juxtaposed mine are also like glowing, that like sickly like greenish front. Yeah. So it's kind of like a meeting of good and evil. Evil question.
Yeah.
So
somebody's got to. Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah, and they're looking at you. And she, she kind of looks at you and says, "Who is your master?"
Yes, we all answer to someone. One would argue we answer to lots of people. You'd have to be a bit more specific.
Yeah, she turns and looks at her companion, and he says, "Have you been in the domain of dread long? You seem unmarred by its effects."
Again, a matter of perspective. I would say I've done a lot of living in a short amount of time.
He asked if you've been living here, though, in the domain of dread.
That's kind of what I meant. That I've been done a lot of living in here in the short amount of time.
Okay. They both turn back and look at the barn and say, "Was this you?" You don't reply.
Can I roll? I want to lie.
Yeah, you can deception.
Yeah. So let's. My character sheet. I keep losing it. Okay, here we go. Roll deception. Oh, that's like one of my best skills. So
Yeah,
oh boy,
just like ash up to your arms,
actually
pumpkin
rolled a
trailing
1.
out of your mouth. Yeah, you rolled a 1.
Yeah, pumpkin is like falling out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh no, I've never. I just showed up and
Certainly didn't kill the man.
No, certainly.
Yeah.
You're not going to look in the barn, are you? Like, yeah, it's
All right.
not necessary.
Kalen and Goose are the next out. You come out the door, and G2 is standing all together too close to like an extremely heavily armed and armored individual, and a cleric of Paylor.
Kalen stops and then looks down at Goose.
Yeah, we'll clip that just so everyone's sure, you know.
Goose is like super excited. He shakes a little with like, because he was reaching into his bag to kind of go grab a pamphlet.
Oh yeah.
And then he's just like,
It's like,
oh
my
I don't
God, they know.
and he's just like, fellow Paylorians, and he just waddles over for like a big ol' hug.
Yeah. Does Kaylin come along? Is she hanging back?
She'll come along.
Okay. Yeah. Goose. Would you notice the facial expressions that are going to cross their what they mean?
No.
Or you're too excited?
He's too excited.
Yeah.
He's shaking.
Squid, go ahead and roll an insight. Oh man, this party.
Oh. Two ones already.
Okay. Yeah. You're looking at Goose when the camera shows, and they like look at Goose and they look at each other and they exchange a nervous glance. The guy's eyes like narrow and he like slowly moves his hands towards his belt. And the Aasimar is just like, she's got her eyes like yeah. But Goose waddles up. Kaylin quickly behind.
Goose is trying to hug.
Yeah. I mean, how do you take it when they're not hugging you? Because they're, oh, we lost. Oh, he's back. He's gone.
Just.
Because they both look at you and they're not bending over to hug you.
I think he's not. He's used to non-reciprocated like affection, so he just kind of hugs the leg.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. They're like, because you said fellow Paylorians, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean, and they point at G2, and they're like, he is not of the faith. Like, they don't even think about you as being an option.
Mm. And yet somehow I've made friends with one, so I can't be all that bad.
Yeah, what does Goose say?
Oh, this guy's a little rough around the edges, but he means well. Don't. I think Goose like leans into them a little bit. It's like, keep this a secret between me and you, but I'm making him a friendship bracelet.
G2, I need to know if I heard that, so I'm gonna roll perception.
Oh god.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you see Goose try and get up on his tippy toes and whisper something, and you're just like, I don't think I care.
Yeah.
Drib, do you want to come out now?
Yep. So I'll assume that either as I walk out, I notice that they're in Paylor garb, or I heard Goose shout super excitedly, "Fellow Paylorians!" or something.
Yeah, you definitely heard that.
So You know what? They like Paylor. I know a thing or two from a guy who likes Paylor. And so I look and I start walking over. I probably have my staff out. I'm using it like a walking stick. I'm just like, praise Paylor. May his golden light shine upon us all. In Goose's voice.
All right, go ahead and roll a deception with advantage.
Okay. Wow.
This party, terrible.
Ooh.
Horrible at this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they just look at you and they look around and like they finally settle on looking at Kaylin. Kaylin, what are you doing right now?
She's just watching.
Right.
She's rather amused at Goose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're just like, who are you people?
Are they talking to Kaylin right now?
I mean, they said it out loud, but yes, they are specifically not addressing anyone else. They are not interested in addressing anyone else right now.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to rein this in a little bit and say we were just stopped here for a short rest on our way to Alinsky.
Yeah. Okay. No check needed. They look and like they recognize the name. So they're looking back and forth between G2 and Kayla now, and they're like, Wyalinsky.
A secret mission.
You repeat that in Goose's voice.
Yes.
Roll religion.
Oh gosh.
Why?
What the?
G2, you are the only one that can respond to this. Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay. You don't respond to this.
Oh my god. Ouch.
15 versus AC?
That totally hits.
Okay. In like one motion, this guy like shifts his weight completely forwards, throws himself, right, and catches Drib like center mass, tackling him back into the house, I think. Right?
Lovely.
And the Azamar she's circled around to the other side, and she's basically put herself between the door and you guys. Ooh, a thing happened. Mad Dormouse. Ooh, I like that name. We're getting mad ourselves over here. Thank you, Mad Dormouse. And there is like Drib, it hurts.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. How much damage is that?
We're not gonna settle on that quite yet.
Oh god.
I need to know what the party's doing.
Kaylin is drawing her rapier.
Yeah.
Yeah. G2 is gotten his Morning Star out and he's ready. Let's just go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
God.
Oh no.
Yeah,
oh no, Goose. Goose doesn't know what to do.
Right, yeah. You gotta pick sides, man. Your old friends or your new friends.
Huh?
This is just like that time in 4th grade dodgeball.
Oh gosh. Okay,
Drib, what are you doing?
I want to get the heck out of here as fast as I possibly can.
Okay. You can make a athletics or an acrobatics check against 14. DC 14.
Okay. Important note. So are we in combat right now or no?
Kinda, sorta. Why?
Would I be able to use a bonus action and then an action?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. As my bonus action, I'm going to... I want to say this will be my best bet. How far away from the two of them am I?
One of them has you grappled, so...
One of them has me grappled.
0 feet away.
Dang it, okay. And it's not loading.
They argue.
Well, I attempt... One second. My computer isn't loading, so I actually don't know if I'm able to... I want to turn into a warhorse.
Okay.
So that is my bonus action.
Sure. So it changes category. I think it automatically breaks the grab. So you're a horse indoors suddenly. Then what do you want to do?
Okay. For my action, I want to disengage.
Yeah.
So that no attacks of opportunity, and then I run.
Yeah. Where? This is the entrance to the
there's
house.
There's a road, right?
You're in the house.
I'm in the house?
Yes, he tackled you into the house.
Oh!
And then Azamar closed the door behind you guys.
No.
Oh. I didn't realize that we were in the house.
That was why I said you're a horse indoors.
I missed that part. Are there any windows?
Yes.
I attempt to crash through a window.
Sure, go ahead and make a dex check with advantage, DC 13.
Alright, and this is going to be +1. 13!
Shit. Okay.
Goodness.
You only take half damage from jumping through a glass window.
Worth it.
3 damage.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so a man tackles the drib bird into the house. The Azamar quickly closes the distance between the two of you. She's just got, like, a staff or, like, a really large rod kind of held up. Looks like it's their spellcasting focus. And the door is closed, and then a horse just jumps through the window and neighs majestically.
Yeah, when you said into the house, I thought you meant, like, against the house. Like, into the wall.
No, because you were coming out when you repeated that shit, so...
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Cool.
He roars from inside the house, "Where are the 100 lost?" And he's, like, like getting up off the ground. You can hear, like, his plate mail, like, shifting. What do you do? Not Drib. What does the rest of the party do?
Oh, Goose is gonna try to de-escalate the situation. Like, leave my friend alone. We're all followers of the light here. You can't just do this. He's like waving his arms.
Go ahead and roll me a religion.
You
have advantage on this as well.
Oh, okay. Advantage.
Nice. Okay. So the 100 Lost is like a section, right? It's a short story in the Book of Pelor. It speaks to I don't know the exact word. It would be a wayward or confused or foolish, like bishop or priest of Pelor who thought that they could fix the Shadowfell, the Domain of Dread, by like bringing light into it. The priest assembled 100 like members of a choir, basically, and marched them into the Shadowfell, singing, and they were never seen or heard from again. And it is told as this sort of like it's not a fable, it's what's the term? Not idiom, like
a folklore?
What?
Like a folklore?
Yeah, but there's like a specific term for it. I can't think of it, but it'll come to me.
It's like a parable?
Yes, thank you. It's a parable. It's a parable for like not only biting off more than you can chew, but like not being aware of a situation, basically. Like, yes, what you were doing could be good, but like it could, like, it was out of tune. It was not right. It was not time. It was not correct. It was you. There was no hubris, right? Like.
So wait, you guys are looking for the 100 lost? I
Please
don't
focus. Fucker.
I don't know of this. Like, I haven't found them.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. More character sheet, great.
I mean, the situation doesn't get any worse, but they both just look at you with wild eyes.
Why is this so important to you?
Someone not driven Goose, what do you do?
I think I'm moving. So does it seem like it is de-escalated, or it's still very
We are
hostile?
in a holding pattern. They haven't put their weapons down. They weren't out when they started. They're out now.
Then I'm moving towards my armor. Not saying I'm like swinging at anybody, but I'm moving towards it, which is probably the closest thing is probably through the broken window at this point, right? It's looking like.
You want your armor? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I had taken it off inside.
Yeah,
right?
there is a hostile Azamar between you and the door. So yeah, I guess if you want to shimmy around the outside and climb in through a window, that's a possibility.
I think so. I want to try to sneak and do that.
This will be difficult to sneak, but you can roll it if you like.
I thought I had I thought I had that as proficiency. Right. Well.
Okay, pretty good roll.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've got a chance. You kind of just fade right out of view and just shimmy around the other side of the house, not where a giant horse just jumped through the window, right? Where attention is, and you go where attention isn't.
Right.
Okay. Squid, what are you doing?
She's standing there defensively. She's not making any moves yet, as she's like listening and thinking about it. And she says, "You said they were singing? Didn't Julian say that Orlinsky likes her quiet?" And then she kind of like mutters, "How many dolls were there?" She turns around to find G2 or to ask G2, and then he's just gone.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. All right. Cool. I'm gonna do a sanity check real quick. Okay. They are still mad. The guy pole vaults the window, right, and has pulled out like a like the holy water sprinkler, right? It's like a mace that also has like a little spot to hold.
Oh, like
water.
a sensor.
And he just starts closing in on this horse. He's like stalking up to you, ready to beat the shit out of you.
God.
Lovely.
Can Kaelin try to interject?
You can say something if you want, yeah.
Alright, she'll say, like, now hold on, I think we might know possibly what happened to that.
And then a meaty blow on the side of the horse.
Ouch. 27 damage?
No, not 27 damage. It's a hit. What are you, crazy?
Well, I'm assuming this guy's gonna kill me.
I mean, he does
These
8
guys
damage to you. You don't take any extra
Ow.
damage from holy water, so...
That's good.
He just pops you with a baseball bat right on your side.
Ow! I hate this guy. Cool.
Squid, go ahead and roll a persuasion. The dice are the same as the witch fight. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the pumpkin fight, and
Yeah, dice hate you. Goose and Kaelin, go now.
Okay.
Right. I think I did that right.
I do.
Kaelin's gonna go and try and disarm the guy.
Okay. Dan, did we not have you roll for the D4?
initiative.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay.
think
You
so.
can do something in this chunk too.
Okay. So I was hoping to go inside and work toward my armor, and also kind of sneak around this guy that is now trying to beat a live horse. So I guess I'm If you're still inside.
No, you can have gotten inside by now. That's fine.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What did you say? You could have.
You can be inside now.
Right, so I'm inside, but everyone else is outside now.
Yes, well, that's correct.
Yeah.
But you can get your armor now too.
It takes how long it takes to put it on?
I think if you rush, what is it, a breastplate?
My AC was 19. Let me look and see my character sheet what I have. I think it was chainmail.
Chainmail. Yeah, it'll take you around.
I cast sleep
Okay, on who?
on the dude beating the horse.
Okay.
Roll 5d8.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
no.
actually, could I do level 2?
Mm-hmm.
Riley, please don't.
What?
Your horse.
If you cast sleep, I'm going to die.
You're not.
No,
die.
he gets to choose. He gets to choose.
No,
No, you don't.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's an area.
Sleep says I'm knocked unconscious and murdered.
I mean, it might put both of you down. Yeah, it's just a big old burst of sleepy energy.
What if I do careful spell?
Ooh, that'll
Does
work.
that work?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll do careful spell and then a level 2 sleep. And I
So you
will
can put a pocket in there for
so
one
that's
horse.
78. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Riley.
Oh, my headphones did weird. Okay. Alright. What did I say? It was 7? Yeah, 78. We'll see what happens. That was
Damn.
garbage.
Yeah. What does your sleep spell look like?
It's just a warm, snuggy blanket. It just washes over.
Everybody?
Yeah, there's just floats over.
All right. Yeah, he quickly shakes off its effects, and he just like winds back another swing on the horse.
My God.
Kaylin.
She's gonna try and disarm him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. There's not explicit rules for that, so let's just go ahead and have you roll a dex save. Okay. He holds on to his weapon this round, although you have turned his attention from the horse to you. He turns and glares. Drib, you were the last one, so what do you do?
Alright, so his attention is now on her.
Oh, yeah.
If I were to try and run, do you think he would take a swing at me?
I mean, he would have the option, but Kaylin is making it difficult.
You know, I'll play it safe. I action disengage and then start running over to the road.
Okay.
And then start running down the road.
Okay. Any particular goal in mind, or?
I know which direction Alinsky is, right?
Yeah. Not the way
I
you
start
came.
running. I run not the way we came.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So far, you know, for the most part, the party has tried to de-escalate things. You've been talking and everything. So I think the Azamar, Sia Aura, you know, she's looking at the situation. You know, she recognizes sleep as a non-lethal spell. She recognizes Kaylin trying to, you know, disarm, not attack with the rapier, even though it's out. Not Goose, Drib has ran away. Jitu's gone, so the creepy snake man seems to have vanished. And she says, she points a hand up. She says, "Answer an Eldom. Stop." And her words seem to have some impact on him, because even though he's mad and he's like, you know, fighting with Kaylin to like get his weapon back under control, he kind of just like loses grip on it entirely, and just sort of like almost slack-jawed stares at her. And she says, she looks around. She's like, "You have to forgive his enthusiasm. This, and like we do like a snap cut, and like the window's blown out. Right, the barn is burned to the ground. This place looks like a fucking mess. She's like, this doesn't quite appear as it seems, and that there's a question in there somewhere." And now the party can respond.
So I think G2's inside and he hears that. So I have my chainmail on at this point, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I approach the door and I, look like I'm ready for business, but I get to the doorway and I see I think they've calmed down and I just kind of there and just wait.
Do you open the door or no?
Can I try to peek out the door?
Sure, if you would like to peek out the door, you can peek out the door. We just hear
Yeah, totally.
and just a little snake face.
Everything gets quiet and then we hear that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Does anyone say anything else?
Kaylin will take a step away from the dude and then turn back to the SMR and say, there were evil pumpkins in the barn. We had to take care of it.
Somehow not a lie. Goose and Drib, what were you guys saying?
I don't know, let Drib say his thing first.
My thing was just I was going to ready an action. If either of them moved vaguely in my direction, I wanted to use the dash action to continue running away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Goose?
And this is like a step towards me and I'm out.
Yeah.
Goose wants to know why they're attacking. Why are you just attacking random people? He's kind of like crying a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely has a harsh edge to her voice when she's like, look at this fucking place. At best, you seem like brigands. And at worst, you would kill us.
You really think I would kill you? Look at me. I'm just here to spread the light of Palor. The church sent me on a special secret mission that only I can do.
And she's like, shh, shh, shh. And the guy, like, struggles against his best nature. Okay. And he, starts throwing his head back and his whole body's shaking and everything. And he just, kind of, unceremoniously falls forward and, grabs hold of his mace and just, clutches it close to him. And he's just, howling and yelling out. And she's like, please don't say that again, please. And she's like, she went from, ready to start yelling at you to, begging you.
Say what?
I can't say. Suffice that Answer and Eldum is magically compelled. He cannot stop.
I don't know. Goose understands.
Yeah.
Magically compelled to what?
Seek the 100 lost. And he's like, "Aah!" Right, trying to fight his way out of, whatever hold she had over him.
Yeah, I'm probably using that move action. Yep.
The horse runs another 100 feet.
Technically, it's either 60 or 120, depending on if the dash works.
You don't have to go the full movement, but yes.
I want to go the full movement.
Okay, then you go 120 more feet down the thing.
So
this guy's going to kill us all.
So he's magically compelled, but don't you think asking for assistance would aid him better in his quest? I don't see why he feels magically compelled to murder anyone who mentions it.
Just I don't understand the intricacies of his mind, but again, this place looks bad. You all looked dangerous. And your mention of his purpose, seemingly.
That was my mention.
Well, she lost track, as did I. drew his ire. And she looks at you. And, like, you have, like, Palor iconography, stitching, holy symbol. What do you, like...
Like, yeah, I mean, definitely has a sack full of pamphlets, for sure.
Okay, but is that it? You don't have any outwardly?
No, he has a few, like, crudely made, I guess, like, scout badges, like, little things that they would give to actual, like, priests stuff.
Junior baby priests.
Yeah, junior baby priests, but Goose never really got them, so he kind of crudely made them himself in his dad's shop.
That's so sad.
Like, little tinker stuff, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and she looks, she goes, "Are you a neophyte? Your magic is not divine." And, like, I don't know what you want to do with that, but that shit hurts.
It's all about the heart. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and Answer and Eldom is over there like, "Ah!" He's like gotten on all fours. He's just like screaming into the ground.
I'm so glad I'm a horse who can run away from this monster.
I move another 100 feet.
Yep. I will be at Helinsky by this time this guy calms down.
Yeah. Does anyone want to do anything else?
Kaylin will reiterate, I could be wrong, but I think I might know what happened to the 100 law.
You can't say them.
Yeah, and he just like, and he's like crawling towards the Asmar, and she's like, "Stop! Everyone stop!" And she like gets down on her hands and knees, and she's just like holding his face. She's like, "We'll find them. It will be okay. We can do that. We'll do this to get right." And she's like trying to reassure him, and he's just like, he is in pain.
Humperdinck, Humperdinck, Humperdinck. But this is with this terrible man.
So G2 starts making his way down. There's steps down to kind of what's going on. He's like, "So I must ask again, what is it that you are doing here? What can we help you with?"
Yeah, I think that this happens a little later because like she is distracted, right? Like the conversation doesn't happen right now. She waits until he's calmed down. Drib, do you come back?
How much later is this?
Like 15-20 minutes. She's like basically she's like, "Everyone, like, please give us a moment. He might lash out, and clearly you don't mean us any harm." You know what I mean? Like
I probably stay within eyesight of the farmstead, but maintain horse form, since I can do that up to 2 hours at this level.
Sure.
And get ready to just book it, since I'm pretty sure this guy's probably going to come charging at me with that evil frickin' mace of his, and I'm going to run the heck away. Because that guy is pure evil.
Yeah, he's not, but you know.
I do not trust him.
Kaylin sheathes her rapier and sits out on the steps until they're ready.
Okay, so yeah, a couple minutes later, G2 asks again, like, "Why are you here?" He is like, he's there, but he's like coming out of, you know, an episode basically. So he's like super groggy. He's like not really answering. He's not really paying attention. He's holding himself up under his own weight, but not by much. And Sia Ora is kind of like explaining to you. She's like, "I can only say that I was called here by divine purpose," right? Like, we come in on an exposition already happening. Answer and Eldom has been here longer than I realize, than I can comprehend. And like, anyone with trained religion would understand that like the parable is like, it's old. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a story from 2 weeks ago. This isn't even a story from like 50 years ago. This is like an Old Testament book, right? Of like the 100 Lost. And the implication seems to be that he's been looking for them for a long time. And she's like, I can only say that I was here to help. I am here to help him. I am here to guide him. I am here to keep his soul clean.
I think Goose comes out with a few things of tea.
Sure.
Like, well, is there anything we can help? I'm all about being clean.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she like takes the tea, accepts it, and like smiles and says, I don't know that this question that he is compelled to seek can be answered. This is certainly the first time we've encountered this in the game. Probably won't be the last. She explains that Answer and Eldom was basically banished by the Church of Palor for being a nuisance. They needed something to do with him, so they sent him somewhere to keep him busy. They told him it was important.
Oh man, why would they do such a thing?
Right, like she goes through the whole thing, and the camera is like slowly been pulling in on Goose, right? And we just like look at what is your what is your expression when you fire off at that touching moment of naivete?
Oh, it was just like deadpan.
Yeah, it's so good, right? Like I don't know how many times we'll get this opportunity, but this time the air is ripe with palpable irony. And she doesn't get it because she doesn't know who you are, other than she's identified you're not a cleric, but you seem to be faithful, right? And she's like, there are many within the Church of Palor who have alternative means to solving problems.
Well, when I get done with my mission, I'm sure they'll give me a high enough rank and I can start changing their minds.
She nods. Does anyone want to do anything?
You had a reaction to us saying that we were going to Alinsky. Would you prevent us from traveling?
She considers it for a moment and says, no, I don't know your purpose. Clearly you're not there to serve Augustus, but I would not go there.
You might have to.
She narrows her eyes at you at that seeming threat.
If my thoughts are correct, Orlinsky doesn't like a lot of sound, and if that choir went in singing, then perhaps they've been magicked into other creatures that can't make noise, which we released last night and marched their way back to Orlinsky.
Again, somehow not a lie. So you explain the dolls and everything happening here? Yeah, right, like could be. She leaves it as a firm maybe. I think she asks a lot of questions about what you saw and what was happening, asks to see the basement and everything. And the whole time Answer and Eldom's doing that like we're getting closer. He like can't contain his excitement. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me persuasion with advantage, Squid.
Please. Well, please.
Nah. Yeah, She looks at you as you guys are like coming back up out of the basement, right, where you saw the dolls. You've explained everything. Is there anything you held back?
No, she tells her everything.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And she's like, this would be good. This would be great. This may be our answer. So she's not telling you everything. Like, you're socially aware. You understand people well enough to know that there's something else going on. But she basically says, this could be our answer to cure the Geas that has overtaken Answer and Eldom. He could finally have some peace, and I could get back to my work. And she definitely says that, like, whoop, I said too much. Don't go around telling people that. He's not a chore. I like working with him.
I mean, even the best of us can falter sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Any questions? Anything you want to do?
I mean, if they're coming, Goose wants them to come with in the wagon. Guys, can we bring them with us in the wagon?
Safety in numbers.
There's a horse 300 feet away, shaking its head no vigorously.
If they are in the wagon, I'm going to stay in horse form as long as I can and keep far, far away from them.
Have they had any question about Galen's sparking eyeball sockets?
Well, I mean, I kind of put that all in with a creepy snake man and evil eyes and someone who, was just weird. Yeah, like... Would they have questions? Yeah, probably. I don't know that they're going to act on them quite yet, just because, like, shit here is fucked up. Like, he's possessed by fits of rage and madness, and, if they see Eberl, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
I ruined his house. I didn't realize it was in his house.
You're fine. Yeah, I think, like, unless the party wants to press, they're like, I think that we will join you in Alinsky, but I don't know that we are going there first.
Oh, man.
Well, we have some sense of urgency to get there. I know we haven't really acted as if we did, but we do. So I think G2 sees that they have other plans that they may end up there, and so you say,
Yeah.
Well, we've certainly met, and should we see you around town, be sure to say hi.
Yeah, she nods.
We'll not.
What's that?
Just that we wouldn't fight.
Oh, yeah. She thanks you for the information and everything.
Goose waddles over, and he ruffles through his bag and grabs one of the pamphlets. He's like, I don't know if you have any of your own, but some familiar reading in these trying times. I hope you appreciate it. And he hands her the pamphlet and hugs her leg again.
Yeah. She gives you a little pat, and then, like, the camera's at your height, right? And it goes up. And she's just, like, got this look on her face. Is like, why is this my life? Like, why is my life babysitting awful members of this church? But she's like, very good. Yes.
Maybe she was sent out.
Right. Yeah, it turns out when heaven has someone that's not good at their job, they give them something very important. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think that they poke around, like, the farm just in the sense of, like, is there anything else weird here? Are there any more snake creatures or horses running around? And you guys are, like, packing up the wagon, right? And Answer and Eldom, like, kind of possessing his senses, tries to, like, approach the group in, like, a very, like, not standoffish, but, like, in a very, like, non-committal way, right? Like, everything's basically packed up, and you guys, like, look one last time, be like, oh, where did they make it to? And he's, like, kind of close to you, and, like, looking more or less at you, but, like, away.
Kalen will step forward non-threateningly and pull out a hand to shake his.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's a big boy. He's a big dude. But he tries, like, very gingerly to shake your hand, and he just nods, and he's like, tell your horse I'm sorry.
Well, good luck in your quest.
Yeah, and he like gets a 1,000-yard stare, and he nods, and he like glances at Goose and G2 real quick. Do you guys do anything or?
Goose will do like the same spiel. He'll give him like the reading pamphlet and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad we can become friends again. I was really nervous there, and it was really nice of you to apologize for hitting our horse.
Yeah, he does that thing. He bends way down to take the little pamphlet. He says, he looks at you. Roll a religion.
Where are you? Click. Wow. Okay.
So Goose doesn't understand the significance. But Riley does. He, in a moment of like divine connection and inspiration, right? When you hand him the pamphlet and he like puts an arm on your shoulder and he goes to like give you some encouraging words, right? Like he basically says, like you might be small, but like you are just as mighty, as Palor, our golden god with his glorious abs. There is a chance for you to change your fate. Would you like to do that?
Sure.
Okay. So I believe when I did this the first time, I had the incorrect number. Go ahead and roll me a D50.
$21?
Yeah. Oh, interesting. He puts his hand on you and he looks at you, and you have received a vision. The vision was the Six of Swords, which oh so fittingly is the Berserker. You see a flash of two heads on a table, right? Both of them freshly hacked off of their bodies, right? Still twitching and blinking, unable to process their removal from their bodies. A massive hatchet, right, is kind of embedded in the wood behind them like a cleaver. And there are 6 swords hanging on the wall, sort of in this like, whoop sort of pattern. It is bloody and awful. It is a reminder of the brutal and awful side of warfare. It warns you to be wary of the bloodlust and those with a bestial nature.
Feels fitting.
Writing all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Goose is very bloodlusty.
Yeah. A monster, really.
Yeah.
It's really the little energetic weird ones you have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a monster once he hits the gym. His abs.
God.
All right, cool. And Answer and Eldum, nods once and walks away after Sia Aura.
Goose is so happy to hear that. No one ever tells him things like that.
Yeah, right. Like we skipped over that a little bit, right? Like he gives you positive words of encouragement, right? Like this is a guy that's like 7'1", you know what I mean? Like 400 pounds with armor on. Went and fought a horse single-handedly. And the horse ran.
Wow, thanks.
I mean, it's accurate. All right.
Horses aren't made for fighting.
What does the group wish to do?
I say we get as far away from that maniac as possible.
I would say we get as close to whiskey as possible.
Fork in los dos.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was not far to the north when you guys started. So we continue on. Elect one member from your party to roll a perception with advantage.
Don't have that checked. Does anybody
Let
else?
me check. I might be half decent. I get a perception. I get +4 to it.
I mean, it sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry in advance. And with advantage, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's
Okay.
a 20.
All right. So you're continuing down the path, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a lot of chatter going on, or is everybody pretty much solid with what's happening?
I mean, Goose is a chatterbox.
Okay. What's the rest of the group like? Pretty solid and
Drips.
somber, or are things like exciting? You're getting close to Olinsky. Things are improving.
Drib is probably on the horse rather than in the wagon, trying to like distance himself from this whole situation.
Okay.
Like he's like quieter and less, and definitely like he's normally kind of upbeat. He has like a weird optimism to him,
Sure.
but right now he's just more like
Yeah.
silent and brooding.
Yeah, it feels like everyone's a little more somber, except for perhaps Goose, who's never somber.
It was a great day.
How often?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to transition, so what's up?
How often do I feel the urge to consume more pumpkin?
This is later the same day, so not yet.
Okay. All right.
Drib. In the distance, you see an unmistakable indication of civilization. Though overgrown, there are worn smooth stone steps leading kind of off into the distance, off of this main trail. You have not seen, right? Like the last time you saw any kind of civilization, it was the farm, right? And kind of up on, because more or less this place is pretty well flat and featureless. But there is, you're kind of slowly rising in elevation. Up there's definitely a building of some kind, only about the size of a shed, a shack, maybe the ruins of a tower. Right, it goes up maybe 15 feet or so.
Gotcha.
You were the only one who spots this.
All right, Alinsky's a town, right?
Yeah.
Cool. This isn't a town. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so you're right on.
Yeah, I'm not stopping and letting that guy get closer. He's going to kill us.
Okay. The party continues on then. We need to transition.
Plus, whatever was in there probably would have killed us.
I don't think
Distracted by shinies.
not this time.
Oh yeah, bring a perfectly fine map.
What's that?
Well, it's like such a bright, sunny day.
I know. It's terrible. Here's our wagon. Here's everybody riding it. What is the what is the mood like when you get to Olinsky? For you see it on the distance, some mile, 2 miles away. It is like a 80-foot wooden wall completely around the city. Almost completely featureless, just like a few windows here and there, and then like a few tents on the outside of the wall, of people maybe trying to get in or like not able to afford living inside of it.
I have a question. How long are we traveling for? Did we get another?
Yeah,
rest
it would have been 3, maybe 4 days total.
Okay, cool. Got my spell back.
So I see you bringing up the map there for the thing. Which entrance are we at? Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So we don't know anywhere to find Junebug. We just know Junebug
you know
is
the
there.
name Junebug.
Okay. Great.
What does the
Any
party
other
want to do?
suggestions?
You want to...
Suggestions, anybody?
I'm probably, if I'm still on one of the horses, trying to steer us to go into the city if the streets look wide enough to have a cart traverse them, or...
Okay.
And I'm probably going to keep an eye out for an inn or a tavern or something.
So you
Seems
pass
like a place.
lots of grave wheat on your right side.
Mm-hmm.
Again, lots of like semi-permanent structures of tents, and maybe things like well pitched, well posted, right? Like signs of people having lived in them for a while, but very few people. And eventually you get like to the wall, right? Like if you try, every gate is sealed shut. Again, the wall is about 80 feet high of this featureless, kind of ash gray wood.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming no one is manning any of this.
I mean, you are not greeted.
I kind of try and pull the cart off to the side, calm the horses, and like try and get us pretty close to the gate, and walk up and bang on the gate a couple times, like knocking, but it's a giant gate, so.
Mm-hmm. What's the rest of the group doing?
Is our wagon covered, or is it just open?
There's like a little bit of shade roof. Like it's a open wagon that you put like canvas or tarp over the top of.
I think I'm trying to kind of stay under, like in the dark, like underneath, because it's hot out. Like it's day-ish time, or was that an illusion of the map?
It can be day when you arrive. I'm not exactly 100% sure.
Okay.
You left in the night. It was 3-4 days to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, there's only like 8 hours of any like reasonable, decently lit stuff. But that's probably the time you want to travel because at least you can see better.
Right. I guess I'm literally and figuratively trying to lay low.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Goose and Kaylin, anything in particular, or just wait till someone comes to the gate?
Goose is gonna go up to the gate and help get their attention by prestidigitation, like some fireworks in the air, like little sparkles.
Guys, they like their quiet.
Good, they like it quiet.
Go ahead and roll a d20, Riley.
Yes.
We've only rolled like 6 ones today. This can't go wrong. Okay. Yeah. You put up a bunch of sparkles, right? And at that moment, a wooden like board is like pushed out, just by like someone hand, and then they affix like a little wooden stick to like keep it open, right? And it's kind of like a clerk desk there. And a Shadar Kai woman stares at you. And she... oh, I don't know that I uploaded her. Damn. Yeah, we'll just... come on. Work? Yeah, we'll just... This is her and her friends.
Oh,
Cool.
Oh.
She's alone right now. But...
Okay.
So another one of these
It just
farm
seems to
owner
be the
looking.
people around here.
Yeah. Goose introduces himself. Hello, my name is Goose Crumplebottom. I'm here to visit your fine town.
We are traveling through what must be due to gain entry.
And she slides forward primitive clipboard with some information. Go ahead and roll bureaucracy.
What? Is that a roll?
Okay.
You can do an intelligence check.
Oh, dang, intelligence. That's not a strong point. Dang.
Yeah, this is a weird and convoluted form that asks a lot about the Feast of the Ascension. And experience, your personal experience, essentially being a farmhand.
I fill it out as accurately as I can. I don't know what the Feast of an Ascension is. I mean, he's never been a farmhand. Worked for Swamp Witch.
Sure, yeah, you do a write-in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's got sections for everybody, so what's the rest of the group doing?
I think Goose is drawing little flowers on the form.
Drib, can you roll me a nature?
Nature?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I can attempt.
Kaylin will write in that she recently harvested some pumpkins.
Smart. Nice. And is G2, are you coming out for this, or are you hanging back?
I think if I notice everybody's trying to be on the up and up, then I'll come out and I'll do that too.
Yeah.
So,
for what it's worth, she doesn't, bat an eye, right?
Okay.
Just has supplied everyone with a fountain of ink and several, quills, and everyone is filling out their paperwork and everything. So when all of that is accepted and everything, she kind of sizes up your cart. And just removes the little board that's holding the thing open. It closes, but she closes it herself. And then maybe about 30 feet, downward from where you guys were standing, the doors open. And you can see people have traveled, right?
I head to that direction looking. I'm wondering if someone needs to inspect the cart. So I look for someone who looks similarly bureaucratic.
Yeah, no, there is no one is there looking. There are two people at the door, and they look like they're holding it open, and then it's going to be shut behind you when you go through.
So I look at them and try and get there's attention, and I gesture to the cart, and then I gesture like bringing it into the city, and then I go like I nod or shake my head.
Yeah, and the guy nods once, and he just points. You're coming in there, but he like points that way.
Gotcha. All right. So I grab the cart or go over to the cart and start bringing it in, trying to follow his directions.
G2, can you roll me a wisdom?
Save?
Yeah, just D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, I think that's what you wanted.
Yeah, that's fine. You didn't notice it quite at first, but when you get into the town, the first thing is the gates are they're 80 feet up, but they're 30 feet wide, right? Like, you thought you were going to go into town, but as you guys are moving through, there's a substantial distance between one gate and the next, right? So they let you in, they close those doors immediately, and then they start walking alongside you, and you see that there's another set of doors that have to be opened.
Like a prison.
Sure, if that's where your head wants to go with it.
Yeah.
The second thing is the further you've gone into town, and you are not very far in town, but like for these 30 feet, at about the 15-foot mark, you feel, I don't know if you have tremor sense, but you feel there is a tremendous amount of movement under the ground.
Okay.
Like,
do I notice that? So it's just me that notices that?
Currently?
Okay. I think Are we in the wagon or walking?
I don't know, whatever.
Okay. I kind of raise my arms up to get everybody else's attention, and then I look at them, like, each make eye contact with each of them, and I kind of point at the ground and cock my head to the side.
You can do a nature or a wisdom check for everyone.
And I already did mine, so I'm assuming that was my nature check.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it doesn't matter which one I do.
Nice. All right. So Goose, you feel it as well, right? The ground is like kind of shaking underneath you for just a moment, and then it seems to stop.
Oh. Goose is gonna whisper because Goose doesn't know how to not talk. We're like, I think the ground is shaking a little bit, guys.
Do I notice if any of the escorts, for lack of a better term, are upset that he whispered?
Yeah, I don't think that they don't like turn and glare at you, but they definitely like look at him and they kind of look around to see if like this is a thing everyone's going to start doing now, is talking.
Okay. Is there any way I can do like an insight check to see if I can see if their like movements are like coordinated, or if they all like kind of all do the same thing at the same time, or if they kind of like seem to have any sort of like hive mind type stuff going on?
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Always pick the things I'm not good at.
How many ones is that this session? Like,
I think that's
5?
seriously like six. I think 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Seriously.
You can't shake the feeling that something is untoward about them, but you're like, I shouldn't judge based on their skin and baldness. And you don't.
Well played.
Yeah. So you're in Alinsky. The other gate closes behind you silently. If you've never seen the episode Hush by Buffy, these ones do touch the ground, but they're very polite as they walk to and fro, whatever they're doing, wherever they're going. They don't tarry, but they're just pleasant and happy, and everyone's smiling, and everyone is quiet.
Sounds good.
Everyone's so happy here.
I try and quietly and steadily lead the horses in a direction of... I look around and see if anything looks like an inn.
Yeah, I mean, everything is... the original photo I shared, which I'm going to have to put up online now, everything is orange terracotta roofs, painted black wooden houses. They're all exactly, 22 or 44 feet long and wide. And this doesn't do a good job of showing how meticulously planned the city is, because everything is the same.
Don't suppose there's any street signs.
No, of course not. Everyone who lives here knows where they're going.
Are they all taking pills?
Are they all taking what?
All taking pills?
Pills?
At a specific time? I'm getting a wee happy vibe from here.
I mean,
gotta take your happy pills.
There's
It's
something.
nothing. It's fine.
There's something. No, there's definitely something.
They're just living here. All right, so I want to keep a reasonable pace as to not cause any traffic delays. These people seem to know what they're doing, and I do not want to interrupt that.
Everyone that like would go walking where you are nods and smiles and just kind of effortlessly moves around you. And
Do
there
they
is
take-
no one else coming into this town besides you.
Do they
Perfect.
take any of the pamphlets I'm handing out?
You handed pamphlets out?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm just slipping them some pamphlets.
You just
You know, and anyone who's looking at me, yeah, just like
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single person has taken one and looked at it and nodded and kept on going on their way.
guys, it's so good.
I want to keep us quiet. It doesn't seem to be any signs of a stable or anything.
I mean, where are you going?
I'm like mainly trying to look somewhere to keep the horses. Again, my goal is an inn.
Yeah, I mean, so
or a
you
tavern.
can continue moving, but if you are moving aimlessly, we're just going to leave it to a roll. Again, there are no signs, and no one is
Okay.
answering your, like... Because you're doing that thing, you're like, I'm not going to tell you I need help, but I'm going to look at you like I need help,
All right.
and no one is answering.
So let's see. We came in gate 3, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'd say, or no, they're all labeled 3. Oh. Mm.
Yeah, you came in at
I'll
this
try
one.
and. Yeah, we came in this one. I'll try and stick towards the edges. That's where I assume an inn would be if someone is going to be coming in through a gate.
Yeah. So to be clear, you came down this road, and here's where you talk to the person, and now you're inside the city.
Yes.
This is okay. This is the city walls. These are the fields
Yes.
of grave wheat. This
Yes.
is more tense than actual buildings.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to attempt to stick to kind of. Oh, I don't want it snapping to center. No snapping. Vaguely around this outer one, maybe going into some of these smaller.
Okay.
I'm sure it's very nice grid layout,
Yeah.
so it's easy to traverse.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a nature again.
Nature.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming wisdom wouldn't work.
No.
Dang.
Okay.
Shucks.
You're kind of keeping to the edge, and you notice that most people are not keeping to the edge. Like, every now and then they kind of flitter near it and then go away, or someone goes specifically up to a door and waits, and then the door opens for them, and they nod and they go inside the door, and then the door closes. But no one's, like, walking the perimeter but you guys.
Okay.
And you notice two things. One, the earth is still shaking a lot underneath you, especially when you're near the edge.
Okay.
And two, there are, you basically, you're at the next gate, right?
Mhm.
When you go, oh, those guys that opened the door for us were undead, and so are these guys.
Okay.
Oh. Aren't there
Worries.
good undead?
I mean, they'll wind up in the ground eventually. So no sign of an inn.
No, not yet.
All right. I guess I had like one layer deeper in. Like, don't want to be very central, but like, whereas before I was right around the perimeter, I may be going a little farther.
Okay.
Just a touch.
Hey Dave, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I have permission to draw on the map a little bit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Um,
Work.
what's that?
Oh, it's not working. Yeah. Man. I see a thing. Let me draw. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, as you're kind of moving through like a bit of the innards of the city, you see something that you recognize as at least. What the fuck are you doing?
It's a face.
Oh,
I see the two arms
Oh,
and the smiling face.
that's horrifying.
He's got the 2 legs.
Squid
down
already
here.
had nightmares. You don't need to make this worse.
There's his
That's
feet.
good. What do we recognize?
There are several people sitting in like a cordoned off, fenced in area, and they're eating. So like you have found something not entirely unlike a tavern.
Okay.
Or a restaurant.
Is there a place near that area that seems somewhat out of the way that I would be able to park our cart?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of wasted space in this place, but again, no one has yelled at you for having a big honkin' wagon either.
Okay, so I'll probably just kind of park it off to the side. Somewhere that they can easily veer around it, since they seem happily willing to do that.
Sure.
And I get off the horse and start heading to what appears to be the door to this tavern thing.
Sure. Everybody going with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is it like bar style or table service style?
Yeah, table service, definitely. On the inside, there's quite a few people seated there. This is the most people, and they all look like this, right? That you kind of seen together at once. There we go. Stupid thing. There's a hostess, right, which immediately takes you, or host, doesn't matter, takes you to a table. They don't seem to ask you any questions, right? They're just, and then they just, assume you'll follow them.
I follow.
While we're going through, I'm looking for anything or anybody that does not look like everybody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking for, because assumedly, if we're looking for a contact, that contact will be willing or able to talk to us. And
Oh, that's creepy.
So
Kind of looks the same, but not.
Yeah.
It's worse.
So this is the individual seated at your table, and your host nods and pulls out a chair, and then glides away.
I take a seat. It was very, very kind to pull out that chair.
Yeah.
So I look at this gentleman and kind of cock my head to the side and do the equivalent of raising an eyebrow.
You raise a feather.
I raise a feather.
And you flock together. Is everyone seated?
I think Goose needs a one of those high
Booster
chairs.
seat?
Yeah, the booster seats.
That was what they glided away for. It comes back.
Okay.
Because it was, oh, I didn't realize. And it comes back with a booster seat.
Alright.
I do like a little like nod and like hand gesture of thanks.
Yeah. And it...
I wish I had thumbs.
Goose gives the thumbs up.
Yeah.
G2 wants to try to whisper, and leans in very close and just says, "Junebug," and then gives a wink.
A sneaky wink.
Yeah.
Sneaky, eyes glowing wink.
Is everyone at the table? Or has not everyone sat down yet?
I
Maybe.
think we're all sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Goose
gonna
is.
sit down.
Okay. Yeah. He looks at you with a completely impassive glare, very similar to the photo as pictured above, right? And doesn't know what to do with his hands visibly.
Oh, that's a big mood.
And leans in slightly and whispers, "No."
I lean in myself, and I make. Do I have any paper on me by any chance?
Probably.
Do I have a writing implement?
Who hands you a pamphlet?
Yeah.
You know what? Heck, yeah. Oh, I have my own pamphlets. That's a good idea. I go to one of the less explicit images, and I write down, "Who are you?" ? And kind of pass the pamphlet and pen, and kind of gesture around and do like the finger over mouth like shh thing, since I don't want to be loud.
Yeah, he like puts his hand down and he like pulls it closer and he says, "We can speak quietly."
Okay.
Oh, thank God. I cannot speak. It was painful.
Who are you? Who are you?
Noel.
I'm looking through my notes.
I need to check my notes too.
Yeah, I don't think we know a Noah.
But I want to. Where did I write things down? Was it in bio? Stars.
Are you here for the feast?
We were sent by Roy Gig. Do you know him?
No.
May I ask why they set us at your table?
He ponders that for a moment.
Like,
Is anyone trained in Arcana?
Actually, I think
might be.
I should be.
I'm not.
No.
Okay.
That's intelligence now. Boy.
No one is trained?
I am.
Go ahead and roll.
Well, I'd like to think I am.
His eyes flash very imperceptibly, right? Not like light up the whole room, but like you're looking at him. You know what I mean? There's not much to look at. He's pretty plain. And his eyes flash. And yeah, he seems to like understand what he just witnessed, and he leans in. Everything works in Olinsky. So I will help you find Junebug.
Is there any way we should repay you and your kindness?
No. At the end of this, I will die.
My condolences.
Wait, why are you gonna die? No, that's not good, guys. We can't let him die.
Everyone has their time, Goose.
Yeah, at some
He
point.
simply knows his.
That's weird.
Augustus's warlord, Mars, will kill me for helping you.
See, we can't just let him die. We can stop it.
If you do not want to help us, we would have no offense to that.
What are Kalen and G2 doing?
G2 actually wants this guy to help us. Doesn't much care.
Sure.
Wow.
Kalen?
Kaylin is a little torn, so she's kind of musing it over.
Mm-hmm. It is my purpose to help. There is nothing else for me.
If this is as you wish, then we shall graciously accept your help and promise that your death shall not be in vain.
We can't just let him die.
It is his time, Goose.
You will not change Olinsky, but your coming has started something.
The sooner we are done here, the sooner we can leave things as they should be Heist working?
I would like to finish my soup before we begin. And then right on cue, 5-6 bowls of mushroom soup arrive.
Not pumpkin.
No, not pumpkin.
I'm not eating it.
Yeah, which actually we'll have to deal with that. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit quieter and more solemn of an ending, right? As we watch a creepy bald man with a very fancy hat silently sip mushroom stew, knowing that he will die soon. What do the players? What do they look like? Or the characters? What do the characters look like? Or what are they thinking as we kind of pan around the room?
How was the soup?
G2 legit is not actually eating soup.
I was prepared to say it was delicious, but I have been instructed otherwise. That it is not. It is not good. It's not good soup.
Goose is like, it needs more pepper. He puts some pepper on it, and it looks like he's about to do a loud sneeze. He's like, oh.
Yeah,
I do the put my hand to your nose and then realize that I'm a bird and that is in fact a feather and therefore a terrible idea, and pull it back in an almost comedic moment.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. Kaylin, what are you doing?
She's doing her best to choke down the soup. And
I don't even think it's
staring
inedible.
at it.
I think it's just wildly bland and at room temperature.
That's
like, I don't think it's repulsive. I think it's just nothing.
No, it's refrigerated. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's bland and cold.
It's like gazpacho.
Yeah.
Mushroom gazpacho.
So we end, right? We fully pan around the room, and the camera lingers on this individual in the distance.
Jeez.
Right? Who is also in the tavern and is also eating soup. Right? But he's glaring. He barely has eyebrows with which to glare, but he's glaring, right? And Noel, finishes his soup, and he turns and he goes, "Oh, look, it's Mars." And then the episode just cuts.
I like Noel. It's a shame he will die.
Goose doesn't want him to die. Goose is not going to let him die.
Well, maybe you can fuck with the way things working, Olinsky.
We shouldn't be fucking with the way things work. Let the man die.
All right. That was, for better or for worse, session 7 of the Electric Dice podcast, Curse of Greyhawk.
Goose decides he doesn't like it here and goes back to the barn.
Yeah, we got here much faster than I expected. But, that happens sometimes. What's up?
They at least had pumpkin at the barn.
Yeah, they had pumpkin at the barn. Things were better at the barn.
All right, you guys can go back to the barn. I'll be here, and I'll kill Christmas over here.
Yeah.
All right.
And meet Mars very quietly.
Thank you all for hanging out. We went a little bit later tonight, so appreciate your flexibility. At the very least, we've set ourselves up to do some interesting things in town next session, although they will have to be done quietly. And thank you to chat for hanging out with us. We had a couple follows tonight, which is awesome, so appreciate that. And if you're interested, we'll be back at this next Tuesday for some higher fantasy D&D nonsense, and in 1 week for Warhammer Fantasy, where we sell evil candy and corrupt children. And
also, I think 3 kids are about to die because of Michael Egolf.
That's true.
What a guy.
Yeah, 3 weeks, or no, not 3 weeks. 2 weeks will bring us back here through the thrilling continuation of Noel and Mars under the guise of Augustus. Or Augusta, whatever I called him. So, cool.
Augustus, no.
Anybody have anything they want to say? Are we good?
No.
No?
I'll say a prayer for Noel when he dies.
Ooh, say a prayer for Paylor.
Yeah. Prayers for Paylor. Alright, cool. We're gonna get out of here. Thanks so much, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Bye.
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 Night.
Right.